Good evening, everyone. Krissy Lillianne here. Welcome back to my page. I'm sorry for how long it took to post a new video. Happy 2024, everyone. I know it's definitely a very transformative time for many of us right now. Just with everything this year, the energies are just very intense for many of us. And again, I'm still following my self-care routine. That's why I started the videos in the first place. So I changed my setup a little bit here because I kind of have some stuff moved around in my room. I have some speakers in the other corner now that where I used to be. So I just decided to change my spot. So I hope everyone's doing really well this new year so far. And, there's always room for hope. So what I'm doing here is just going to present with to you guys some of the new things I've incorporated in my self-care routine as I do. I've had some other creative ideas as well as to things I could incorporate in these videos, but I'm just going to continue with my regular process for the time being. So basically, since Christmas time, I would say, there's a few different things that I've incorporated. One of them was, it's going to sound kind of basic, but I don't know if you've tried passion fruit before. I think everyone's tried, juices that are have passion fruit juice in them, things like that. But I had never actually tried passion fruit, the actual fruit before, and I'd actually done some reading about the benefits of eating passion fruit. Like it's a very exotic fruit, native to places like Jamaica and stuff like that. So, but I never actually tried it before. So I tried it. I don't have it with me, obviously, because I already ate them, but I just wanted to say that if you're looking for something healthy to incorporate into your diet, like a healthy fruit, that also kind of has this like almost citrusy zest to it, and it also gives you like this energy boost, but also it's very sweet. That food is known to just be very good in general for the morale, for your health, everything, because it just has this really um, intense, almost like exotic flavor, I would say. So, and it's really interesting too. Like I'd never even seen one before. So you cut it in half, and it's almost like, how could I explain it? Like if you know how when you get bubble tea, obviously it's not the same, but it has like that gelatin sort of feel inside, and there's like little seeds, but you just eat the insides of it, and it's actually really delicious. So for those of you who've never tried passion fruit, I recommend that you do try it. Another thing I did is I actually ordered another fruit basket or thing for myself. So the last time I think I remembered I told you guys I got the edible arrangements. This time I got a new one. It was called Bountiful Arrangements. And I ordered it and it arrived right away. And to be honest, very, very well packaged. The fruit was delicious. And I would say, this is the thing I was actually thinking about what I was going to say this part, but so I actually got the chocolate covered strawberries with this one as well. And I will say that I do prefer the chocolate covered strawberries with bountiful arrangements more, but everyone's different. So, edible arrangements, I noticed that the chocolate strawberries are more like the chocolate's really thick, a little bit harder, and it's like a dark chocolate. Whereas the chocolate covered strawberries with bountiful arrangements, the chocolate's a bit thinner and it's not as hard and it's more of a milk chocolate, which is, I really liked that more for myself. It almost tasted like the chocolate, like, when you go to an ice cream place and they dip it in chocolate, it's almost that sort of soft chocolate, sort of. So I really liked that. And I forgot to bring it, but for the video, but I also had a little balloon. And these are the things we're talking about when it comes to self-care, is doing those little thoughtful things for ourselves sometimes, not having to wait for someone else to show us our value. So it really just goes back to that. So, when I ordered it, it was like, oh, do I want to add the extra 6 chocolate covered strawberries? Sure. Oh, do I want to add the a balloon? Hey, why not? You know why? Because you know what? I value myself, and sometimes people, you don't need to spend money to show yourself your value, but this is just something that I wanted to do for myself at one point. And, I really liked it. And so I kept the balloon. I still have it. I could go get it for the sake of this video. Maybe I will later. So just little reminders, where if someone's lucky enough to have a healthy relationship or healthy friendships, that's awesome. But we need to remember that, we need to also value ourselves as well. And part of that is avoiding unhealthy connections, which means like if you have any unhealthy connections in your life, to have that strength, to be real with yourself and say, what is this connection benefiting me? Is it enriching my life? It doesn't necessarily even have to enrich. Like one thing I've noticed is with relationships sometimes, a lot of people expect the other person to just kind of lift them up and make everything better. When in reality, that's very, how could I say? I don't believe that that's right, because I think each person is responsible for their own happiness to a certain level. Like, obviously, if you're with someone and they make you happy and they make you feel better and, good about yourself, that's great. But to expect someone else to give someone else that responsibility is also a lot to ask from somebody, right? So it should be kind of like give and take, on an equal front, in my opinion of things. But like I said, it's nothing wrong with showing ourselves our own value, either just by little acts of kindness towards ourselves, right? Just to remind ourselves, I am worthy, you know, this is what I believe in. So behind me, I still have my poster here with the Grandma's Recipe Book, Recipe for Love, which is loyalty, honesty, intimacy, laughter, understanding, communication, compromise, and patience. So I keep it here because these are my values, and I'm very proud of my values. And, I've been in situations before, like, dating and whatnot, where sometimes people don't hold the same values, and that's okay. Like how they hold their own values is not my responsibility. However, it is my responsibility to make sure that my environment is a peaceful one, right? And I'm just kind of saying all of this to just put out those reminders to really be aware of who we're surrounding ourselves with. Pay attention to the people you have in your life and ask yourself those questions like, are these people, how are they affecting me? And, do I feel at my best when I'm around them? You know? So I will introduce you to some other things here. So I did get a new tea. Tried it for the first time, I think it was a few days ago. So I came across this again. I get these callings to try these new things, and this is an online business. It's called Sea Sirens Charms. Like, I don't know if you can see this. Sea Sirens Charms. And I just kind of found them online, and they have some very, very interesting products. And obviously, the level of knowledge put into these mixtures is very impressive. I would say these people obviously are either a coven or have, a large level of experience with herbs. So you can see the back of the bag, it's see-through, so you can actually see the herbs here. So I'll just read what it says on the package. So, our Love Profusion Herbal Tea is to be drunk prior to any love drawing, lust drawing, or self-love spell work. Alleged to open and heal the heart chakra to allow your energy to receive loving energies. Steep half a teaspoon to 1 full teaspoon for 5 to 7 minutes in freshly boiled water. You can sweeten with lemon, maple syrup, or honey if you desire. Ingredients are rose petals, hibiscus, chamomile flowers, jasmine flowers, and rosemary. So their website is sirenscharms.ca. Okay. And so, yes, I did try this tea. It was, let me think, about a week ago, I think it was. And it was one of those days where I was feeling a little, you know, not my best. I just wasn't feeling 100% that day. And so I decided, you know what? I'm going to try my new tea. And so I did only half a teaspoon. And I let it steep for 7 minutes. And let me tell you, like, even when I actually had the tea, I was actually visualizing how I would express this in the video, because this tea is definitely some kind of special concoction, I will say, because first of all, when I was done steeping, it was just half a teaspoon of it. It was just this rose color, like it was just like a light pink color. And I wasn't really sure what to expect. So I just, I started drinking it. And all of a sudden, I just felt this really warm sensation of just almost like, I know it's going to sound kind of hokey, but almost like it almost gives you the feeling of getting a hug. Like, I don't know what the combination is here, but when you have this tea, you just feel absolutely fantastic. And I'm talking like, oh, everything just was like, woohoo. I was like doing the dishes, I was singing, and like just had this energy to me that was just different. And it was just, this tea is amazing. And I would recommend, honestly, anyone who, might want to try a new tea that actually, can actually make you feel really good and warm inside. Highly recommend this tea. Like, this is the best tea I have ever had. Like, I know I have a good tea it's one of my previous videos that I ordered from BC. That one is more just of a relaxing energy. This one is actually, I could see why it's called the Love Profusion, because something does sort of connect you to your heart chakra. I actually felt almost like the sensation of when you're hugging somebody. It's a kind of crazy thing to think about, but that's what this tea does. And it's actually amazing. And on top of that, they gave me 2 tarot cards. So one of them went missing, and I'm still trying to figure that one out. But we have Page of Pentacles, and the other one was the Emperor, which I found even cooler, because they actually give us 2 tarot cards with the tea, which was actually cool. It's not like a traditional deck that I can see, but it's still a really cool idea. And obviously, I highly support this company here. I think that they obviously are very knowledgeable, and these are real concoctions, and they actually do work. So that's it for that one. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this in my last video. Bear with me here. Okay, here we are. So I actually put together a medicine pouch. This was probably around the holidays. So I don't know if I showed this bag to you guys, but I did order a medicine pouch here. And I filled it with some of those little crystals that I had that were just kind of laying around, as well as some of my Love Herbal Mix, as well as these cloves that I ordered as well. So that's what is in here. Although this little medicine pouch, the tie is very weak. I don't think it's real leather. So it keeps breaking. So I'm actually going to be ordering a new medicine pouch, and I'll just transfer everything in there. So I haven't been able to wear it recently, and but I plan on it. So that brings me into the cloves. So basically, I was called to order some cloves, and I never used cloves before. So I did read up about them a little bit, and there's a whole list of things that they are associated with spiritually, but also just health wise. I think everyone knows about, the dental benefits of using cloves. You can even get like clove toothpaste nowadays. Um, so basically, I just got the whole cloves. I just put them in this bag, but they came like in a tight little air, like a little package. So I don't know if anyone in this who's watching this video has used cloves before, but they do smell absolutely fantastic. And even if you just wanted to incorporate them in some kind of, incense mixture, or what I use it in is the bath. So I'm still doing my herbal baths. So I did run out of my Love Herbal mixture that I went over with you guys before. So right now in my herbal bath, I'm using Epsom salts as well as just a small handful of these cloves. So when I put them in the bath, when the water's running, I'll show you how much I use. Okay, maybe like this much, if you can see. Like not a full handful, just because they actually do have a big effect in the bath. I noticed the first time I put a full handful, and it was a little bit overbearing, and I found the energy to be a little bit too strong. So I use a little bit less, but I find in a bath with Epsom salts and cloves, very, very relaxing. And cloves are known to promote self-love, draw love, that kind of energy. So I highly, highly, highly recommend trying cloves. They're like really cheap. You can buy them pretty much anywhere. I ordered them online. I forget where I ordered them from. But it was like, it's just like a spice, right? You can buy them pretty much anywhere, and they're actually pretty cheap. And this is a really nice thing to incorporate. It smells amazing. So I've really only been using it in the bath, but like, uh, you can even use it maybe not so much as an incense, more of a potpourri type of thing. Like you might want to create some sort of little potpourri mix for yourself. Just put it in a little bowl, just smell it once in a while, because it actually does have a strong smell. And so that's pretty much it for the new stuff that I've incorporated into my self-care routine. I do have some more things on the way. I never did end up receiving my Himalayan bath salts. I never got those. So I don't know what happened there, but that's okay. Maybe I wasn't supposed to get them for some reason. But I do have some other things on the way. So I've ordered a new special type of oil, essential oil. And what is the other thing? And just, I know it sounds weird, but sometimes it's little things that matter. And again, all of these things are things that I've been drawn to on a spiritual level. And I was also drawn to get a special like drink glass. Like it looks almost like a whiskey glass. And if I do have any alcohol, usually I'll have a glass of white wine or something like that. I'm not big on like liquor or anything like that. I don't drink any hard liquor or any of those things. But Spirit sort of guided me towards getting this whiskey glass, and it's just like a little glass, but it's like fancy. So I thought, you know what? Maybe on the odd weekend, like I know in the holidays sometimes I'll have a little bit of Bailey's or something like that, or just kind of have like that little special glass that you use on special occasions. So I ordered a special little glass, and this was something that I was spiritually guided to do. And I know little things sometimes can go a long way, and I guess that's the whole purpose of these videos, is to hopefully inspire people to, don't lose faith in yourself. Don't take yourself for granted. It's not even about not taking other people for granted. It's also about not taking yourself for granted. Like, what have you done for yourself lately to show yourself your appreciation for yourself every day? The things that we do, it's almost like we take it for granted that we are here. Sometimes it feels like, we always, place our value in how others think about us when really it's actually what we think about us that is the most important, right? So we have to believe in who we are first, right? So we have to show up for ourselves and say, okay, you know what? I'm doing a good job today. I am proud of myself, and these are all ideas that I'm just trying to share because it took me a long time to get to this place. So basically, that's about it for today. When it comes to, I'm still hosting these little full moon meetups at the Cat Pub and Eatery. So this is going to be the third one coming up. Going to be January 25th, so that's next Thursday. So anyone who wants to join, feel free. There will be little balloons where we're sitting. So it's at Jane and Dundas area in Toronto on the West End. So anyone who wants to join and just sit down for a couple hours and socialize from 8 to 10 p.m., you're welcome to do so. As far as everything else goes, I wish everyone, again, a wonderful January. And again, don't be afraid to explore yourself. Don't be afraid to, treat yourselves. I know we've went into this before. And I'm going to cut off the video because I feel like I'm done going over everything now. But I will have another one probably in the next week or two, maybe sooner, depending on how fast these new things come in that I'm going to talk about. But I just want to wish everyone a very happy 2024. And we will talk again soon. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.